comments up.
Folded to Chris.
There's no I in team. What's going on in your world here, sir?
Last week to 50.
On that topic, as far as I know,
when water's pretty powerful. Because it's, you know, the dirt. Your basement, which is not. Is anything considered a maintenance? Fill that crack with. Getting the water away.
The audio is not working again, huh? How about now?
Here we go.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Perfect. We just talked about all kinds of
Great stuff.
Yeah, we'll see if we get that recaptioned. Back to everything. Oh boy.
Hello.
The boss is calling.
We got a call in.
Audio is not working.
Still?
How about
working
now?
Let me see. I gotta hang up. I'll call you right back.
Look at that, a live call-in show. Glad I put this nice fancy.
Is that our first
microphone
live
in
call in right there?
It might have
Yeah, it
been.
was.
I was
Tell us
actually.
that we're not working. We're not doing.
I was.
we're not doing
I was
it.
really hoping that we were going to get some feedback on that one. Well, it's not calling back yet, so it must be working.
Yeah.
All right.
Now talk like it's working.
Yes, we'll talk really loud with our hands, and then
Yeah.
maybe you know what we need? We need someone from the sign language league to.
We know, yeah, someone in the background here.
Man, why is this? We're 0 for 2 on audio stuff here. We got a
All
full.
good. We're on.
All
We're
right.
on. We're live.
Perfect. All right.
Long story short, get the downspouts to get the water away from your foundation. Because if water gets down there, it'll find a way in, and we can't cover that on insurance. No insurance companies can cover that because it happens over time, and it creates a crack. It's called seepage. It is no fun either because a lot of times that's a slow situation, and you don't notice it for like weeks or days or months, and then you start to smell it before you see it.
Yep.
That's a bad thing.
This happens a lot when you get from freezing weather we had last week to 45 degree swing, close to that.
Because all that snow is melting,
Yep.
and then what's even worse is when it gets cold again, which it might, and then that water's in the cracks and it freezes and expands. That's when you start to get real problems. So take some precautionary measures and get that water away from the side of the house.
Water and gravity, 2 of the most undefeated forces.
Undefeated. Grand Canyon will tell you about it.
They figure it out. It's things to be mindful of. Putting your house on the market, other things like that. I think, Nick, the last thing a seller wants to probably deal with is that smell or any type of a concern. So obviously we reach out to places like Area Wide. We've had Larry on here a few times.
Yeah,
they do a great job.
Yeah.
You can actually text a picture of your crack or the seepage. It sounds kind of dangerous. It's a 1-900 number.
So I actually had this happen, and you think like, oh my God, they got to dig down. They got to fix my foundation. This is going to be thousands of dollars. Yep. It's not. It was like $450 for them to do. It's like, call them.
Larry and Area Wide, they saved me a lot of deals on going in there and just being honest about what the actual cost is, what the actual fix is, and what will actually take care of the problem to give the buyer's peace of mind while also not breaking the bank.
Yeah,
lifetime.
That bad.
They're wonderful.
Lifetime warranty on there too. So
lifetime warranty. Yeah. Great price and a lifetime warranty. Can't beat it.
So we've talked about moist bottoms.
Yep.
Crack.
Yep.
Gravity and water. I would say at this point, I think March is coming in like a lion here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Bring March on. We need some change.
February, the one of the worst months in the mortgage world, probably the real estate world too. You throw in like some weird holiday, 28 days, not a leap year.
Yeah.
We always get that initial rush after the new year. Slows a little bit down in February, but usually March is pretty good.
March, April, people are like, let's go.
We're
Thawing
starting to do a lot more market analysis. People looking to sell. So
Maybe they get a
March,
tax
April,
refund
May.
or something. They think they're rich.
Yep.
Let's actually talk about that. So there's been a lot of media coverage about, prices are sliding. Oh, it's now becoming a buyer's market. Agree, disagree?
I would slightly disagree with that. I would say, yeah, I think the buyers have more power than what maybe they're used to, and what's happened years ago, obviously, but still prices have gone up. Just people got to be more realistic with their prices,
I think that's the biggest point. We've talked about that a few different times. You don't want to start that slide, right? If you come out with the right price, it's going to work.
People all the time, if you're priced correctly, you're going to get multiple showings and most likely bidding more on your home still. It's not going to be as crazy as it was, but that's where we're at.
Then Adam, you had asked earlier about, hey, what is the direction of interest rates? We're starting to see some solid momentum that should return us into that September, October window here.
And you're talking about mortgage interest rate.
Yes.
Okay.
Or just the regular interest.
Okay, good.
Interest in me.
Good.
That's an all-time low. But yes, mortgage rates starting to trend down. I was talking to Nick earlier this morning about this. We're finally starting to see market, I don't even call it benchmarks or the way that certain trades and information will be digested is starting to move back to historical norms.
Cool.
Obviously, we've had a pretty contentious pretty contentious political environment here.
Very.
We now know who the president is. We are getting a inside glimpse on economic policies, trade policies, a lot of things that are going to drive interest rates in either direction. The biggest thing we want is just stability in there. We evaporate the volatility, and we end up probably somewhere in the middle sixes here for a while, maybe a little bit lower.
Well, the volatility is definitely not evaporated. Last week, the VIX went up by I don't even know what percent. And Trump's picking fights with everybody on the trade. But it's obviously for a purpose. No matter where you stand politically, that should all simmer out at some point.
Yeah, we've seen the playbook. We've seen the playbook, right? The other thing, I guess the only part of the playbook we haven't seen is the whatever you want to call it, and the what do they call that? The Statue of Liberty or the Philly Special or something. They pull out a trick play. I know there's a Doge,
a double flitty flicker.
Yeah, there we go. Doge is a very hot topic politically right now.
Sure.
Yes.
We're hearing a lot of, we're going to be losing all of these federal employees out of the workforce. That's not going to be good for the economy. Here nor there, the apolitical approach there is if Doge can curtail government spending, that's going to bring more institutional demand back into fixed income products. Government was at a near breaking point of almost 800% debt to GDP.
Yeah.
If we get that down, that is going to have a lasting impact on longer term borrowing costs. So, if you want to buy an airplane, probably get better airplane financing. You want to buy a boat, probably get better yacht financing. But more specifically, a longer term impact on mortgage rates.
We need that.
Yeah.
But think about this from a buyer's perspective now. If you're not prepared and we start to see that those interest rates, tick down and tick down and tick down, understand that you're diving into a buyer pool here. It's going to be very, very congested. Again.
Yep.
You have to have a plan. You have to be prepared. You have to be able and willing to execute quickly. How does that happen? Proper consult, working with professionals.
Yeah. True that.
Get prepared.
It always comes back to that, doesn't it?
It's we talk about this every week, and why does why does that matter? What happens there? How does that come about? Well, I talked to some clients yesterday. They're like, well, we were working on our monthly payment. We were on XYZ website. How come that amount is so different? And I was like, well, it's because you're actually buying in an area where someone misinput or mistyped the real estate taxes.
Mm-hmm. You have bad data, people.
That's it. And they're like, well, so you're telling me the taxes are public record.
Yeah.
We go to the county treasurer's office, we pull up the tax bill, we can talk about the assessment, we can talk about the tax rate, how it's all calculated.
And you can also look like, does someone have a senior exemption, or like, is that going to apply to you? Will the tax rate go up?
That is,
That's a great point.
Is it a homestead and you're not going to live there full time? Like, there's just these little things that can change your numbers.
Well, in particular, like in Indiana, right? We know typically a homestead property, you're going to be capped about 1% of your cash value of your house.
Correct.
If you go to investment property, you're looking between 2 and 3%. I know it's a 1% increment up, but it's really double.
It's double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which still doesn't get you to the Illinois tax rate.
Not yet. I think we're also at that springtime market here too. The other things to watch for weather-wise, maybe some hail, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do know a client that was buying a investment property for me. Actually worked with Brian at your office the other day. They said, "Hey, let me look at your actual primary residence." They guess at what you guys saved them.
Man, it has to be. Is it close to 1,000?
You guys saved them $2,000 a year on a homeowner's insurance policy.
Bingo. Boomo.
So again, good time to look at your budget, look at the household budget, your outflows, get a copy of your homeowner's insurance declaration page, connect at adamismyagent.com, talk through that stuff, save yourself some bucks.
Yeah.
It was harmless. It took them like 12 seconds of conversation.
Not bad.
Nick, what do you think? So if interest rates are going to tick down, you anticipate buyers coming out by about 200% more?
We do anticipate that yet, but we also anticipate home prices going upwards. So
just buy the house.
That's exactly.
The only way,
Adam with
put
the
it,
clothesline.
if you're waiting for the interest rates to come down, that they're going to happen a little bit. We think here, right, Tony? That's kind of the
You're going to still
general
net out.
assumption.
You almost always just net out. Like, it just.
Timing the market's impossible. We talked about this, I think, last week. Like, efficient market theory prevails 98% of the time. And BlackRock really can't move the market. Zillow, when they were doing those, those buying and flipping and holding, if they couldn't manipulate the market with billions of dollars, your $600,000-$700,000 transaction, you're not beating the market. I don't think.
The most costly thing I think you do is inaction. Inaction is costly.
We talk about opportunity cost all the time here.
Bingo.
All right. So we've talked about opportunity costs. We talked about interest rates.
What about March Madness?
Exactly.
Ooh,
It's about to get mad.
up.
I think we're going to introduce the first ever Rusty Putter, not another 3-putt bracket pool.
Dang right.
So we will post some QR codes and some links and all that other stuff that I have no idea how to do because I don't even know how to run the audio on this damn thing.
You're doing your best.
I'm
We
trying.
get people that are smarter than us to do that.
I am
stuff.
trying so hard.
That 2-week stretch is like the best 2 weeks in sports.
That is the best sport.
Hands down.
Yep. You
That
can't beat it.
opening weekend of March Madness, followed by like second round, and then you have the Masters, and then you flow right into the rest of the year. Baseball starts.
It is the that shot in the arm, the steroids.
We need it.
The steroids from the Mexican pharmacy.
Because
They'll pump you up.
who wants to watch the NBA right now? Nobody.
Nobody's watching the NBA.
No, and there's no football. There's no real baseball. I guess preseason. You could have started fading the Sox already. They already lost like 9-0.
Yeah, and
Can you bet on preseason? You have to be able to.
And some of my competition's brother is trying to buy the White Sox now. So
Good.
yeah,
They need something.
exactly. Hurry up and buy them. Move them to Nashville. Get them out of here.
Get them out.
Take their shirts. Take their coats. So March Madness pool, we will get links out to that so you guys can register.
That's
When
going to be open to the general public.
Yes, open to the general public, open to all 5 of our followers too. Some, I think prizes questionable. In my opinion, I thought our prizes are going to be pretty good. If you don't want to ever hang out with us, the prizes might suck. Last place, $100.
Yeah.
Last
Last
place,
place, $100. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
For the person that takes
The
30,
worst.
it takes a 16 seed to win the whole thing.
Which
All right.
would happen.
So we have that. We have third place, a box of steak knives.
Yep. Set of steak knives. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross.
And then first and second place, a choice between Round at Olympia
Mm-hmm.
with the crew and or boat day.
Boat day.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
Straight up hooky day. Either one. It's hooky option 1 or hooky option 2. First place gets first choice. Second place, you get the other option.
Can you fill out more than one bracket?
You can. We have
Could one
two
person
brackets.
win first and second?
They could.
That would be an outstanding move.
That would be not good for your liver.
Yeah.
If I know these guys. For me, we'll just be drinking Aquafina with a lot of vodka in it. But we'll get those links out here. I think we're 18 days away from Selection Sunday, and then it rolls right into those crazy playing games because we got to expand the bracket. How many teams are in there now? Like 144. Like everyone gets an entrance.
72 now. 72 teams. I could be wrong on that.
And then
half the NCAAs, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Those NC double assholes. And then you got I think there's a couple of football teams that might be in it now too.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get those out. You guys register for that. It's free to play. Pretty decent prizes.
Free to play. That's big. Free to play. You can win free prizes, right?
Yep. Yeah. Like a 4. Because last place you
That's
get a prize
true.
too.
Yeah.
Listen, you could get
Never heard of that
$100 for just making all the 16 seeds win. There's my hack. Anything else we got to cover?
I think that's it. Spring market's here. It's moving strong.
Spring market's here.
Check your gutters. Make sure a lot of water this time of year. So
Get the leaves out
Good
of
stuff.
there. Good to go.
And as we've talked about 150 times before too, before you call the claim hotline, talk to your agent.
Yeah.
Don't start that process.
I think that's
2
it.
reasons. One, as Adam's talked about before, that starts the actual claim in their system. Other thing here is it also flips into a situation if your house is listed for sale currently, and now all of a sudden you have a pending insurance claim. It requires some seller disclosure.
It does. Absolutely, it does. So talk to the agent first. Talk to the people, and they'll direct you from there.
And if you need help, we've had Larry on here. You can find area-wide waterproofing.
Highly recommend.
Give them a call. All you gotta do is send a picture of the problem. They'll get you a quote, and they'll be out there lickety split. Anything else?
No.
Adam, how do they get you?
AdamIsMyAgent.com.
Nick?
630-284-9624.
And you can reach me at pilotjr.com or 630-284-9729. So don't mix up Nick and
Never
Tony.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how I ended up with how that worked out. Nevertheless, we'll see you guys next week. Pay attention for bracket links and all that fun stuff. We'd love to be able to play golf with you, take you on the boat, make you try to cut a steak with these rusty knives.
There you go.
That's it.
All right.
Peace.
I'm done. Cut the show.